Tonight is the webinar that you've all been waiting for. We've been pretty excited about this for a long time. We don't get to host these that often, and so when we do, it's a real treat. My name is Chris, and this is my wife, Karen.
Hello.
We are from Canada. We're from Western Canada, just south of Calgary, and we have a pretty cool evening planned for you tonight. We've got people from all around the planet.
All over, from Canada all the way over to Jamaica and even Indonesia.
Yeah,
so
wow.
We're going to be all over the planet.
That's crazy. So we're freezing over here in Canada, and they're enjoying the hot weather down in Indonesia. That's awesome. So, Karen, there's a couple of... And boom, we're live. Welcome, everybody. Tonight is the webinar that you've all been waiting for. We've been pretty excited about this for a long time. We don't get to host these that often, and so when we do, it's a real treat. My name is Chris, and this is my wife, Karen.
Hello.
We are from Canada. We're from Western Canada, just south of Calgary, and we have a pretty cool evening planned for you tonight. We've got people from all around the planet.
All over, from Canada all the way over to Jamaica and even Indonesia.
Yeah,
so
wow.
We're going to be all over the planet.
That's crazy. So we're freezing over here in Canada, and they're enjoying the hot weather down in Indonesia. That's awesome. So, Karen, there's a couple of parts to tonight's webinar. There's the first presentation part.
Yeah, the first part is you're going to hear about the system that we're going to be plugging you into. And the second half is my favorite part. We're going to hear from the panel below. You can see those people joining us live there. And they're going to be telling their stories of why they joined the online space. And they're going to share, they were in your position at one time watching this webinar, just like Chris and I were a few years ago. Now,
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Holy cow.
Chris and I had professional careers. I was a teacher. Chris was a Calgary firefighter. And we were in a position in 2017 where we needed a plan B. We needed a side hustle.
Yep.
And so we saw this ad similar to what you would have seen to get you to this webinar. We weren't looking to leave our careers at all. We were just looking for something part-time, which you can do this business part-time or full-time. What happened after a year, we ended up leaving our careers and retiring early. And
I still can't believe that.
The rest is history.
It's unbelievable.
It's craziness. So welcome.
I just want to say that I find it fascinating, before we get going here, fascinating that we can be on our laptops and connect with people from all around the planet. Isn't that amazing? Mm-hmm. That's what this business does for us. It connects people, but it also, it's an opportunity for you to own your own time, to own your own future, to live those dreams, right? Mm-hmm. And you're going to learn those things. Some of us have dreams up here and income here, and two options, right? Lower your dreams to match your income, or raise your income to match your dreams. And that's what we're going to unpack for you tonight.
So grab a pen, paper, write down all of your questions. The beauty of this is the internet runs 24/7. The storefront is always open. So then you're going to see the benefits and why so many people are turning to the online space to earn online. So we're going to pass it over to Garrett and Agape. So enjoy the show.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Hi, everybody. My name is Agape. I'm excited to present this amazing program to you today. So today we're going to show you how thousands of people have already been helped with our system and how today we can help you do the same. So while we get started here, I'm going to, cue my slides and share it with you. I want you to sit back, relax, get a pen and a pad, and, take some notes, write down your questions, although I do believe that at the end of this presentation, we probably would have answered most of your questions anyway. So as I queue up my slides, there's going to be a few seconds of delay, but as they say, let's get this show on the road. All right. Folks, there's never been a better time to start an online business. And many of you have been shopping online solely lately, right? And my question to you is, why aren't you making money online if you're already spending money online? I would say it's probably just because you need a little bit of help. And that is exactly what tonight is all about. I strongly believe that one of the best gifts that you could give to anyone is to help them create their own online business, or any business at all, one that they can run by themselves to build their dream life. Now here in a nutshell is how we help people. What we have is a comprehensive program that has been carefully designed for the everyday person. And by comprehensive, I mean that it includes all of the sales tools, the system, the training, the mentorship, and the right product mix for you to get plugged in so that you can start to build momentum in your business right away and start seeing results in the shortest time possible. Now, what I love about this is that it doesn't matter what kind of business background you've got, or even if you've got none at all, this can still absolutely work for you, just like it has done for thousands of people before you. This is the exact same system that my husband and I have been using that has allowed us to quit the corporate world to build a legacy for us and our kids. And now I'm going to introduce my co-presenter who's going to assist me to explain how all of this beautiful system works. So I'm going to bring on Garrett, who has been using this system for a few years now, and he's absolutely killing it in the online space. So Garrett, why don't you come on here and tell us a bit about yourself, and let's do this.
Sure. Thanks, Agape. Hello, everybody. My name's Garrett. I've been working online now with my wife, Jill, for the last 4 years. And truly, we've been very successful. You know, we are actually living our dream lives right now. We both left our old careers. We work from home or really from anywhere that we are. And we've done very well financially as well. So things are very good. But they weren't always good. You know, we really came from nothing. Before I started working online, I was in the Navy for 12 years. And there was a certain point where I kind of looked back at the last, 10, 15 years of my life, and really I'd done everything right. I ticked off all those boxes that you're supposed to check off in the life checklist, right? I graduated high school. I went to university. I got a really stable career in the Navy. I met my wife. We had kids, we did all the things you're supposed to do. But after doing all these things that apparently you're supposed to end up all set up for after this, somehow it didn't add up. You know what I mean? We still didn't have any money. We couldn't go on vacations. We couldn't do anything but really survive. And basically it came down to the fact that I'm sailing around the world for months at a time, away from my wife, away from my kids. Jill was working full-time serving tables while I was gone. And we're really just missing out on being parents and on being husbands to each other and wives to each other, sorry. And really that was just so we could barely stay afloat financially. And I'm shocked it took me so long to realize this, but kind of, once we realized that we were going nowhere, we really took action and we changed things, right? What we're doing is not working. So we started looking for ways to make money elsewhere. And we turned to the online world and found something that actually worked. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We worked our butts off to the point where now I'm making more in a month than I used to in a year in the Navy. Okay. And the best part about this is not a rare occurrence here. We have hundreds of people who are doing similar things, but we'll get into that in a little bit. For now, let's get into what we're going to cover today. Okay. Now, I think more than anything, we want to give you the idea that this is something anybody can do. I'm certainly no tech whiz. I had no experience working online before this. Like we have 20-year-old college students all the way to like 65-year-old grandparents running successful businesses online with us. It comes down to the fact that if you have Wi-Fi, this is something you can do. Okay, so we're going to actually show you how to start your business, how to become successful in it, and we're going to help you through the whole process as you go. Now, you've probably noticed a lot of people around you have been turning to the online space to maybe earn a secondary stream of income or maybe just to replace their first completely. And I think it's important to have a look at why that is. It's pretty obvious. COVID-19 changed everything, right? There was a point right in the middle there where it kind of came down to the fact that if you weren't able to work online, you weren't able to work, period. Okay. And a lot of people who assumed they had job security found out the hard way that they didn't. Right. And don't get me wrong. The world was already moving towards doing everything online anyways, but the pandemic and the lockdowns and the quarantines and all that really kind of added fuel to that fire. And now everything's moving online, right? Businesses have been doing that for years. And really it's just because the internet's better. It's faster. And overall, it's a heck of a lot cheaper to run a business online than anywhere else. Now, I really think the best part of all this still is that this is all new. Okay. You're getting in at the beginning here. The internet's only 30 years old, give or take, right? That's really nothing in the long term, right? And we can all agree that the internet presents such a massive opportunity, right? Just imagine where you'd be if you'd invested in Amazon in the 90s, right? Or Microsoft in the 80s, right? You'd be a millionaire or a billionaire at this point. And you just look at the three richest people on the planet, right? Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all those guys. That's a technologist, an internet guy, and a software guy, right? That's how powerful technology is here. And I mean, our results are obviously smaller than theirs, right? But we are all making money in the same way, and that's with technology and with the internet. And I think our results really do speak for themselves.
And that's right. You know, just take a look at the people on this slide. These are just some of the people that have been using this system to create extra income for themselves, and they've gone ahead to quit their jobs. They had a backup plan, which has then become their main plan. You know, the reason I believe that they succeeded is because they were willing to do something they had never done before. They believed in themselves and they took action. You know, I remember watching this webinar a couple of years ago, and I listened to some of these people share their journeys, and I thought, hey, if they could do it, then I can do it too. Now, some of you may wonder, is this for me, right? But the question I ask you is, why not you? You know, if you've been making purchases online, like I mentioned in the beginning, why shouldn't you be making money online too, right? If you're tired of going to a job that no longer brings you joy, or you're wondering how you're going to make ends meet, or you've even lost your job, then I say pay attention to this solution right in front of you. All right. Now, this is definitely for you if you want to spend more time with your family, if you want more money to be able to afford the luxuries of life that you desire. I mean, this was 100% me. You know, I know that I have paid my dues, folks. I don't want to buy a car on a loan or put my vacation through my credit card. Now, this is definitely for you if you want to be able to secure your future and not work over half of your life in hopes of enjoying your life in your older years. Now, imagine being able to do that from the safety and comfort of your home. One of the biggest reasons I transitioned online was to be present in my kids' lives. And, you know, I missed out on most of their growing milestones. Now, recently, my son was diagnosed with a chronic illness, and I knew for sure at that time that I couldn't just let life happen to me anymore. I had to call the shots. And now I wake up and I go to bed feeling much fulfilled because I was there for every single moment of their lives, including building a solid relationship with my spouse. Now, having said all this, we must set some realistic expectations for you folks.
Yeah, I think it's important that we're clear here. You know, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And you look around you right now, the world is chock full of those right now, right? I'm probably the only guy telling you that we're not going to make you a millionaire tomorrow. Right? And we're proud of that fact, right? This is a legitimate business. I'm a real person. I have a real business and I'm getting real results. Now, don't get me wrong here. I'm not your everyday person either, right? That this was not my backup plan. For me, this was my plan, right? This was the thing that was going to change my life and my whole family's life. And that's exactly what it did. You know, we've been working online now for 4 years, like I said. And one thing I can guarantee you from that is that our system works if you work it. Okay, I'm living proof of that. You saw all those job quitters a couple slides back. They're just a tiny cross section, but they're living proof of this as well, right? You know, our system is solid. Our system is tested. It works. It's running right now, guys. The only variable here is you.
Oh, most definitely. You know, there's tens of thousands of people using our system because it was built to scale. Now, think of this as a really awesome sports car without gas. If you don't put gas in the engine, it doesn't go anywhere. And you know what? Here, everyone has got their own goals and priorities in life and for their business. So some people, of course, want to make an extra $500 a month. Other people, $5,000 a month. Some want to travel the world or even build their dream home. I don't set those goals because it's not my business. It is your business. I have my own goals in my business, and I can definitely say to you that every single month I crush those goals. So guys, are you willing to push yourself out of your comfort zone? Are you willing to hold yourself accountable? Do you know what your goals are? Now, these are the things that, you know, a successful business owner actually accomplishes. And these are the things that will dictate your success as well. And you know what? We will help you get there. But you're the one who has to decide where you are going with your business. Now, our system is very simple. So let's talk about some of the ways that we can make this happen. Any business needs a solid foundation, just like building a house. There's just some fundamental steps you need to take to ensure that the house doesn't come crumbling down 5 years from now. Same in business. There are 3 key pillars that are going to form the foundation of your online business. Now, first and foremost, you've got to have something that people want. So naturally, you also want a system to introduce this thing to them. Otherwise, how are they even going to know that it is available from you? Well, then, of course, you'll have to find the right people to buy your product. Now, these are very easy to talk about in bullet points, but let me tell you guys, there's a lot of training and a lot of research that has gone into how you achieve these properly. So we're going to give you a glimpse of how our systems, helps you actually tick off these boxes because they work quite differently in the online world. So Garrett, let's start them off with pillar number 1.
All right. So, we all know that thanks to the internet, you can pretty much buy anything you want whenever you want. Okay. Things like toilet paper or, lamps or chairs, or I'm just looking around me in my room I'm in right now. But, half those things I bought online and the other half I definitely could have. Right. And it's a beautiful thing to be in a position to connect people with the things they want. And as a marketer, I want to find ways to do that and to make a commission on top. Now, the really, really smart retailers have capitalized on the fact that there are people like me, people like Agape, who want a piece of that pie, right? So they set up these referral programs that pay commissions to, everyday people like you and me for marketing and selling their products online. Now, if you look here, there's just a few examples of some of these retailers with these referral or affiliate programs, whatever you want to call them, right? And really the programs that these big retailers have in place are the reason that there's some of the biggest companies on the planet, right? We've got eBay, Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, Apple, to name a few. Okay. These guys are so successful because they're leveraging people like us, right? They're basically using people to do the legwork for them and sell their products for them, right? So that's one way to go. Now, another way to find products to sell is by joining what's called an affiliate network. Okay. And if you look here, you'll see a few of the bigger ones here. Now, what these guys do is they give you access to a wider variety of retailers that have their own referral programs. Okay, so they're basically just like the middleman in this equation, right? Now, what's really important to see on this slide is the URL at the bottom there. You see everything after AFF. That's someone's affiliate ID. Okay, so this is something that you'd see right when you're about to make a purchase online. And as soon as that purchase is made, that means that someone is getting paid a commission when this purchase goes through. Now, I want that someone to be me. Really, you should want that someone to be you. I know for sure Agape wants it to be her.
No, of course. And folks, it is important that you understand that all retailers are not created equally. And so now as somebody plugging into one of these programs, you really want to make sure that you're finding a retailer that is stable, that has set themselves up so that they can go through tumultuous times like we're going through right now. And believe it or not, there are ones out there that are doing just that. And you want to make sure that they are international as well, because if you're going to be working online, then you're by definition international. And here's the other thing. Just as all retailers are not created equally, so too not all affiliate programs that they offer. Ultimately, you want to cut out the middleman and work directly with the retailer. But we want to make sure that we're finding a retailer that has a very generous, very lucrative affiliate program that will pay you the most commission that you can find out there. And guess what? We have done that for you. Now, we've talked about pillar number 1. Let's talk about the next exciting pillar.
Okay, so first off, we identified the products, right? Now we have to find a way to sell them. And this is where the sales funnel comes into play, right? When it comes to sales, there are really 2 paths you can take, right? Either you can go to them or they can come to you, right? There's that traditional, I call it the salesy approach. I don't know if that's a word, but that's where you're actively, searching out customers, and it's handing out business cards and you're cold calling people, and you're going to networking events. And a lot of times you're basically just begging for business, trying to get these sales under your belt. Right. And that is hard. That's not something that I'm very good at. It's honestly something that most people are terrible at. And it's really for the true salespeople of the world. So that's not what we do. Okay. That's way too hard. What we do is called attraction marketing. And that's really when we're bringing the sales to us. And it is just way easier. But I'll tell you, attraction marketing still, it is really useless without a sales funnel. So I'm going to let Agape kind of explain more about what the sales funnel really is here.
What we're actually describing here is how the internet has put back power in the hands of the consumer. Now it is no longer about pushing anything on anybody these days or convincing anybody of anything. You can make a major purchase from your phone even before you get out of bed. But the way you do that is what we want to make sure you understand tonight. Has anyone noticed that when you start to talk about an item or a topic that you're interested in and you get on platforms like Facebook or Instagram, then suddenly that item pops up in front of your screen through an advert, Now, these platforms are really good at basically laying out these trails of breadcrumbs for you to follow. And the technology that goes into this is, my goodness, so fascinating. It is basically Facebook or Instagram or YouTube providing businesses with a way to find the right people, or as Gary just said, attract the right people. So you don't have to go looking for anybody. They find you through this technology. And the beautiful thing about the sales funnel that we've set up is that it is waiting for your leads at the end of that trail of breadcrumbs. So basically, they find you through the platform, and then your sales funnel is just a beautiful automated system that engages those people on your behalf so that you don't have to do it yourself. Now, what does this mean? It means that you get your time back. It means that you don't have to talk to every single lead in the hopes that they're going to convert into a customer. And it means that you're providing the customer with everything that they're looking for to make an informed decision in their own time. Now, this sequence happens 24/7, regardless of whether you're sitting in front of your computer or not, right? Your leads are getting the same standard of service all day long and converting your customers. Now, this is such powerful stuff, guys. Here, we're not working harder, we're working smarter. And that's what dictates success in the online space. When you have a system like ours that is up and running, it's hard to not feel like you're printing your own money.
And you're dead right. I mean, when you have a sales funnel that's actually working like it's supposed to, you're putting in money and you're getting back more than you put in, right? And that's business 101, guys, right? You want to make something where you're putting in $1 and you're getting back $2. Or in this example here, you're putting in $5 and you get back $100. Right? What's really beautiful about what we're doing is that when you're doing this online, there are no limits. Okay. With a sales funnel that's actually working like it's supposed to, you should be able to put in 10 grand and get out 100 grand. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? But you have to remember that kind of thing only happens when you have a sales funnel that works.
I can guarantee you that every single successful business online right now is using some sort of automated sales or a system or sales funnel. And I can bet you that probably the number one reason why most people don't work online is because the sales funnel is just too much to take on by themselves. You know, you've got to have the skill that it takes to build an automated system. And, you know, most people just do not. Besides, you also need to have some design experience and marketing experience, because on today's social media, it just has to look that good. It has to grab people's attention and it has to hold their attention. So that's a whole other set of skill sets that you also need. And the average person, to be quite fair, just doesn't have these skills in place. So this is exactly the problem that we wanted to take head on with our platform. And I got to tell you, I think that we've done it here. We've really nailed it on the head, because based on the results I see people getting who had no prior experience before coming into our business, what am I even saying? Based on my own results, it's pretty exciting stuff. So you don't have to figure this out on your own. In fact, not only have we built this system, we also manage it for you, right? We'll talk about that more as we go on here, but all of that combined with the fact that we have this awesome training that shows you what quality traffic is, and also how to get it so that your sales funnel can start to engage these leads on your behalf and convert them to becoming paying customers. Well, my goodness, it's hard not to win with our system. And this is the kind of thing that saves people thousands of dollars in development and testing fees. And of course, it can make you a massive income as well. But most importantly, it also helps you to avoid a whole lot of frustration in the process. And it comes back to the whole time factor. Do you want to invest critical time in figuring something out that is, totally new to you if you don't have to? Now, this is a key question to consider, right? Knowing that we've already built the system and we run it for you guys, it means that you can breathe easy on pillar number 2, and let's move on to pillar number 3, which I tell you is a whole lot more interesting, right, Garrett?
Definitely. Now, so first off, right, we found the products to sell and we found a way to sell them. Now we have to find the people to sell them to. And truly, this is the fun part, right? This is where the marketing and the targeting comes into play. Now, I think it's really important that we pin down what we mean by traffic here and really how important leads are. Okay. Leads are basically just people coming to your business. And I want you to think about your local Walmart, for example. Okay. Let's say they have a parking lot full of people to go in and they're ready to go in and buy stuff, right? Everyone gets to the doors though, and they find that the doors are locked. Well, in this case, Walmart has a whole bunch of leads, but no customers because, right, no one can get into the store, which means no traffic, which means no sales, which means a pretty bad day for Walmart. Now, that's all great, but let's imagine now that same Walmart, okay, and their parking lot again is filled with people ready to go in and buy stuff. But this time they get to the door and they're unlocked, but everyone goes in and they buy, you know, a keychain and they spend $1, right? Well, when 10,000 people go in and spend $1 each, that's still a really bad day for Walmart, right? In that case, they had the quantity, but what's really important in business, and I'd say especially in online business, is quality. I mean, I would gladly trade 1,000 crummy leads for one quality lead any day. And I know Agape would too, right? Guys, we know how to get these quality leads.
For sure. Now, in summary, here is what we're going to do for you. We're going to come up with the right offer for you to take to your market. We're going to give you the system that will present it for you. And we're going to teach you how, we're going to teach you what high quality traffic is and how you can use it to build your business. And that is ultimately how a successful business owner generates revenue online or even offline. If you're really going to be successful as a business person, then you've got to understand that you're really just helping people. You're providing simple solutions to needs that you have identified, and that equals massive revenues. And we know it works because, hey, you're here. Whatever it was that you were looking for online, maybe you were just scrolling aimlessly like I used to do in the past on your social media feed. Maybe you were looking for solutions or answers. An ad popped up on your screen offering a solution, and you decided to check it out, and you registered on their website, and here you are attending this webinar. Now, find a need, find a solution, and you would have a customer for life. And this is what we do here with our 3-step system. I have coached many people in the past few years, and universally, people just want 3 fundamental things: a flexible way to work, more money, and more time to spend with their loved ones. And guys, our system is the solution to their needs. I hope you're beginning to catch a glimpse of how our system will allow you to create a global business, not only to create massive revenues, but to help others do the same.
This is the exact system that I'm using, the exact system that Agape is using. Right? And we've basically told you our secret now. So why wouldn't you just go off and do this on your own? And sure, you could, but you are definitely going to run into a couple pretty big obstacles, right? I mean, first off, it's going to take you forever to make your own sales funnel and to make it actually work, right? You need a whole bunch of different programs and software to all work together and speak with each other the right way to actually produce the sales that you're looking to get. And that's hard to do. It's taken us years to perfect ours, honestly, right? But I'd say even more importantly here, it's really going to cost you, right? These systems we're talking about, they're pricey. We've even actually put together a list here of some of the platforms that people are using in the online space. And really, these are the basic, most plain Jane platforms that people are using, right? I mean, look at these prices here. You've got like $22,000 before you even start. And I'll be honest, guys, this is the short list. Okay, this isn't even everything you need. We didn't put everything you need because you don't need to know, right? You don't have to do this on your own. We've got the system all built for you. All you have to do is plug into it, kind of skip all that hard stuff and get right down to business.
And folks, not only are you leveraging a system that has been around for years and has been used by tens of thousands of people already, you're also leveraging the experience and knowledge of the people using that system, right? Like Garrett and myself. And that's huge, especially for those of you who've never owned a business before or done anything in the online space before. You could reach out to people that are already seeing success in this industry using our system and actually ask them some questions. Obviously, it is going to help you if you're able to do that. Right? Now, not to mention the fact that you could even just surround yourself with like-minded people who are just as excited and passionate as you are, people who are trying the same things as you are, and you can mastermind and strategize with them, share ideas, and learn from one another. Now, that kind of community is absolutely invaluable. There's an old African proverb that I absolutely love. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, then go together. I love that our community has gone so far in such a short amount of time. And it is not because of me or Garrett or any one of the people that you see on this panel. It's about all of us together, plus all of the thousands of people that you don't even know or see here today. We've already gone out and we've done the product research for you. We've built the systems for you. We continue to manage the systems for you, and we upgrade the systems for you. We have the most comprehensive training that there is out there. And we update this training regularly to keep you engaged and up to date with your business and our community. And, we've created that secret sauce, guys. You now have everything that you need to build a successful business online. So, folks, there's only just one question left to ask.
And truly, when you think of it, it really does all come down to these three little words, right? Are you ready? And it can mean a lot of things. Are you ready to step out of your comfort zone? Are you ready to learn how to do something that will change your entire life, right? Are you ready to stop letting other people tell you what your time is worth and to live life on your own terms? Guys, this is what we do, right? We create time freedom, we create financial freedom, and we create life-changing online careers, right? I'd say if you're watching this to this point right now, you're probably ready.
And here's how it works, guys. Now, when you join our team, here's what you're going to get. You will be assigned a mentor. And this is why it doesn't matter if you've ever owned a business before. You will get access to probably the most supportive community that you've ever seen. You will meet other business owners from around the world and forge relationships that are sure to last. We also have weekly masterminds where we share knowledge, information, and strategies. You get to learn from leaders and high flyers in our community, and you get to know what works. You're also going to get our self-guided training site that is so step-by-step, which makes it easy for you to follow at your own pace and to fit it into your lifestyle. And you're going to get access to our products, which is really critical here because of the margins that ours provide. I mean, you could decide to sell facial creams or facial cleansers all month long, but it boils down to the margins on them that make an actual big profit, right? Big enough to pay your mortgage or your rent for the month. But we've done it all here, all in one place under one umbrella. And the reason why all of this works so well together is that we have an amazing mentorship program. We plug you right away and you get on a one-on-one call with us to discuss your needs and how best you can start to build your own successful online business to achieve your goals. Now, remember, I said in the beginning, you're the only variable here. You get to decide where you go with this business, and then we help you achieve those goals. You're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. Your training and your mentorship never goes away. It stays with you for the entirety of your business. And you will have, same as everyone, the same 24/7 access to our training site no matter where you live. All of the resources you need are in one central place for you to get the answers that you need at any time for the advancement of your business and to keep you up to date. Now, our training focuses on the single most effective marketing tool on the planet today, social media. We all know how much time we spend on social media. For many people, this is the only way we've been able to keep in touch with the outside world since the pandemic. Virtual meetups became a real thing. I did a lot of those in the last year and a half. Now, while scrolling through social media, you may have seen some ads pop up on your screen. These ads belong to some of the businesses who have survived the economic downturn during this pandemic, and that's because they were able to reach you in the safety of your home from the comfort of their own homes. Now, their businesses continued to thrive because of social media. And this has been true for my business too. This last 18 months, my husband and I have seen we've seen a huge surge in people needing our help to help them create a lasting business that could last through any economic turmoil. Now, I'm not saying that it's all going to be roses when you start your business. There's sure going to be some challenges along the way. And you might have some days when, you really don't believe in yourself. And, when you have these days, that's when you're suddenly lifted up by those around you, your mentor, your coach, and all those who have gone ahead of you on this road, and they truly, truly believe in you. They will lift you up, they'll encourage you, and remind you that this feeling is only temporary. And it is so amazing to be part of a community of like-minded people who are so obsessed about your success, and you can actually see how genuine it is. Our community is what truly sets us apart. Garrett, let's get you back on here because, I know that before now you never had an online experience before this, and it'll be cool to hear your experience in building your business and how you now mentor and coach hundreds of people in our community.
Well, yeah, you're right. I'm a guy who never had a business before, right? I had no sales experience, no marketing experience, no online experience at all, right? I'm one of those people that was using social media just to look up old friends and watch stupid videos, right? I probably didn't even know what a Facebook ad was. But I know, without a doubt in my mind that I couldn't have done any of this without my mentors, right? Mentors are absolutely essential here. And honestly, in the position of mentor myself now, I can see people, they need help with something and I can help them because chances are I needed help with the exact same thing, right? When I was starting off. And that's really how it works for all of us, right? Every single person that's going to talk later after we've done this presentation, they all have their own mentor as well. And I can guarantee you they're all better off for it, right? What's so cool about what we're doing here is that you're getting the exact same system that your mentor's using, right? And this is the system, guys. It let me leave a 12-year Navy career and spend all this time with my family, right? The system has let me live the life I actually want to live, right? To not waste my time doing something I can't stand doing. But guys, I know what it's like. Right? I didn't have $20,000, $30,000 lying around to start an online business either. Right? I was in the same boat as most people. Right? It really wasn't that long ago. I was driving around in an embarrassing purple minivan. The back door would fall off if you tried to open it, and we'd park it down the street from the kids' school and we dropped them off because it was just embarrassing. To be honest, we were flat out broke. Right? I've been there, but I will never go back because of this exact system. Right? Because I didn't have to pay $20,000 to start an online business, right? That's really something to think about. So guys, let's get down to brass tacks. We've been yakking on for a good 40 minutes now, probably. And we promised to save you money and time here. So let's get down to it. We're offering you, instead of spending $20,000 to start an online business here, we're offering you that chance for a one-time fee of $149. And I want you to think about this, guys. I did the math. $149 compared to $20,000 is a 99% discount, right? So if this could change everything for you, why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. I want you guys to think about the most important sentence of the whole night: one-time fee. Guys, we're not looking to sign you up to some cheesy subscription program here. We're just looking for people who are willing to invest $149 in their future. And for any of you who has ever considered starting a business, this is remarkably cheap. And the reason we're able to keep this cheap is we leverage what we call volume buying. You're benefiting from the massive number of people who join us on a daily basis. When you click that button now, here's what happens. First, we send you an email. We don't want to rush you through this process. We don't believe in creating this false sense of scarcity that most webinars are famous for doing. We want you to do this in your own time, when you're comfortable doing it. Now, the first link in that email is the most important one, because when you click on that, you're going to watch a series of training videos that are going to guide you through everything that Garrett and I have talked about tonight, completely in depth. This is where we also introduce to you our amazing products. You're also going to find out how we make money. And boy, let me tell you guys, you won't be able to stop when you get going with these videos, because we also throw in some advanced strategies in there for growing your money even faster. Now, as you go through these videos, we also add you to our private community on Facebook, where you can start to meet other business owners from around the world. You do this all at your own pace. You can watch the videos as many times as you like with whomever you want. Okay. And when you're ready, you go ahead and schedule that one-on-one call with a coach. Now, this part is very exciting because it is where you and your coach discuss how best you can start to work towards achieving your goals right away. Now, I must take a moment to talk about our core values here: integrity, trust, and respect. Now, these values are what sets us apart, and they are at the forefront of our diverse community. This system, along with our community, was designed with everybody in mind. It doesn't matter who you are. The only thing that matters here is if you believe in yourself, if you're ready to push yourself outside your comfort zone and try new things, if you will hold yourself accountable and be true to yourself and work constantly on your mindset, push through your self-limiting beliefs and barriers. And my gosh, folks, we can help you open up your world in ways you could never imagine. So folks, here it is, that chance of a lifetime. It doesn't matter where you live or whether you have any experience like this or not. We will help you build a successful global online business. You do not need to have a business background or any technological skills. I tell you, our training is as step-by-step as it is very thorough in taking you from the ground up. You can avoid all the mistakes that people also make when they're trying to start a new business, because we've done all the legwork for you. Now, here again are the faces of the people in our community who took a chance with our system. Imagine for a moment never having to work for someone else again. They have been able to quit their jobs to focus on what truly matters for them. I mean, ask me. I have been boss-free for 9 months now, and I'm living the life I always dreamed of. Now, we're not saying all of you should jump on board and quit your jobs, okay? You may be someone who loves your career and you want to do this on the side. That's great too, okay? We're only sharing with you that most people absolutely love the freedom that comes with being their own boss. If 149 could change your life this way, wouldn't you think it was worth it? So Garrett, one more time, let's get you back on here to tell people what they'll get when they join us today and how this is a completely secure transaction.
Okay, so let's break this all down. First off, guys, you're getting access to the product mix that's going to make you the most amount of money in the least amount of time. Okay, we're giving you advanced social media training so that you can basically master the most powerful marketing tool on planet Earth. Okay, and we're giving you access to our weekly masterminds. We're giving you personal mentorship throughout the whole process. Okay, now, guys, how this actually rolls out here is that every single person who joins this platform is getting plugged in to a custom tailored part of our system. Okay, so we define everything about this as yours, right? We position you as the expert. You are the person, you're the business that everybody wants to work with, right? We're basically branding it as yours, and truly that's why it works so well for our people. Now, there is a lot on the table already here, guys, but we are going to step it up just one more notch. And I mean, for you right now, you know, while you're still learning about this and figuring things out for yourself, it's hard. It's a lot of information, right? So we're going to take off all the stress by letting you check out everything for a full month, completely risk-free. So what that means is that you get a full 30 days to decide if this is for you. And if for whatever reason it's not, all you have to do is ask and we'll refund your $149. Now, there is one condition on that, and I think everyone can agree this is pretty fair. Right? All that we ask is you don't get your refund after you've had your coaching call. And the reason for that is really simple, right? Our coaches are compensated for their time out of that 149. Okay. And everybody's time is worth something, right? Your time is valuable. Well, so is theirs. Right. So once you've had a coaching call and we've sat down with you and really taken time to understand what's going on in your life and come up with a plan that's going to get you going in your own business, well, obviously you're not going to qualify for a refund at that point. And I think that's pretty fair. But anytime within the 30 days before that call, really all you have to do is ask. Okay. So, you know what, guys, I'll close off by saying this. You know, had I not pushed that button and joined up, was it 7 years ago now, and started this online business, I would still be in the Navy and I would be sailing around the world. I'd be gone for months on end. And honestly, I'd be miserable, right? But instead, because we took this chance on ourselves, because we decided that, you know, enough was enough, you know, everything changed. And I've been able to spend as much time with my family as I could possibly stand. Right? And it's great, you know, having this freedom and having the time to do what we want and having the money to do what we want, right? That's all because we did have the line in the sand kind of moment where we just decided it was time for a change. So maybe you're at that point right now. Maybe this webinar that you're watching is your line in the sand moment. I truly, truly hope so. So I guess I'll just close off by saying thanks to everyone for listening. You get to go to the fun stuff now and kind of, you know, hear all the stories of all these amazing people that have done amazing things with our system. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. See you on the other side.
Thank you so much, Garrett and Agape. That was great. You know, it just brings back memories. And to be completely honest, when we watched the webinar 7 years ago, I said, no way. I was so skeptical about it. But you said to me, Chris, it's $149. We can't go out for dinner and a movie. He said, would you spend $149 to get all of the information and then decide? So you said to me, let's get all of the information. And if after that you don't want to do it, we'll get a refund and we'll walk away. So,
but after we took that step, you know, and many of you, I could see, we've got stats here. Many of you have already done that. So congrats. But you know, when we took that step, I was fired right up because I could see it. I'm a bit of a numbers guy. Would you agree?
Yes.
And I could see it. And look, the proof is in the pudding. We've been here almost 7 years. Like it was this time in 2017 that we first saw that. We were sitting exactly where you are. I mean, my goodness, there's like 630 people on here globally and looking to take action. So It's super thrilling. We're fired up for you, but we're really excited about this second half of the webinar, because that's where you get to hear from people like us, people like you, people like you that saw this webinar, that took a chance. And so took a chance on themselves and are now sitting here on the panel. I give them a wave, you guys, so we can show this is live. Like, all these people are, from, and we've got, an international community here, which is pretty cool. Where are we starting, Karen? Where are we going?
This is very exciting. And like I said, when you work online, you meet people and learn about cultures from all over the world. I'm very excited about our first couple because we know them.
Yeah.
We know them. We've had them in our home.
They've been right here.
We've been
right here.
Right here in Okotoks, Alberta, and they've become very dear friends as well as colleagues in the online space. So we're going to turn it over to Karen and Wade, and they're coming to us from Indonesia. And we're going to let them tell you why they are in Indonesia.
By the way, we would love to be there instead of in the cold confines of southern Alberta. So, thanks, guys. Good to see you guys.
Welcome.
Come on over.
Come on over, Karen and Chris. There's lots of room here for you. You can jump in the pool. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the webinar. We are Wade and Karen, and we are originally from a small town in northern Alberta. Both Wade and I came from the small town of Athabasca, Alberta, and most recently made our home south of Calgary as well. But here we are in Indonesia on this beautiful island in this beautiful villa, and we couldn't be happier. Do you want to tell a little bit about how this came to be, honey?
We've been here about 5 years. We started the same way you're doing right now, as watching a webinar. We didn't make it through the webinar without signing up to join the business. And when we got the more information, we just jumped at it. Our situation then was I was never home. I was working, and I love my work, don't get me wrong. And I still work some. But I was gone all the time. Me and Karen had just got together. Well, we've been together about
as a
5
couple.
years.
We knew each other our whole lives, but we just got together as a couple.
So really, we wanted what you all want. We wanted money, and we wanted time with family. What we didn't expect, and that did start happening fairly quick. Karen quit her part-time job fairly soon.
Yeah, and I went full-time online, right? But we have this gypsy soul, I guess you could call it, right? Would you agree with that?
So we knew we wanted to travel, but this was not our intention. But anyways,
our intention to come here.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we had no idea.
What started happening as the business got rolling, I quit my full-time job and took a short-term contract. And then I took another short-term contract because we had confidence, because we have this other career, we have this other income. And we had a goal of buying a big diesel pusher, like a big motorhome, and moving into it and traveling south for the winters. We accomplished that 4 years into the business, way faster than we thought we would. How we ended up in Indonesia, though, is I got a call. Wade, do you want a job? I said, no, we're going south. They said, how about Indonesia? So our plan changed.
Yeah, Wade's ears perked up and we chatted about it. And it was an amazing opportunity for us to have a short-term contract for Wade's traditional employment, but also be able to take our business literally across the world to experience some of these amazing vacations that we've had. And in the last year, since we've been in Indonesia, this is our number 6 vacation, isn't it, hon? 6? Yeah, like we've gone to Bali and Lombok Island, and this is Flores Island, also known as Komodo Island in Indonesia. We went to Europe in the fall and visited, 5 or 6
Belgium,
countries?
Germany,
Netherlands. We dipped into France for lunch. How does that happen?
A couple farm kids from Alberta. Let's pop down to France for lunch.
And, we have such an amazing, grateful heart for the experiences that we're having here. And it's largely due to the fact that we made this decision. Just like you're sitting here watching the webinar and listening to some stories, the decision that we made was the best thing we ever did. And right now we sort of refer to this as our business on the go because it fits perfectly in our carry-on, and away we go. And the beauty of it is that it keeps on ticking while we're out there living.
Yeah, it's much more than we had hoped for when we first started.
It's been absolutely incredible.
You know, it seems like we come up with a dream and it comes to reality. So it's been wonderful for us.
We actually had our motorhome on our vision board, and the one we ended up buying was almost identical to the one that we had been envisioning for at least a couple of years, if not longer, right? So we really, really encourage you guys to take the step to join today. It'll be so worth your time to go through those videos and get all the information so you can make that decision, and risk-free. A whole 30 days to go through that information. It's really, really worthwhile.
It's amazing. And you know, I've said this before, that $149 is not an expense. Either it's a minor inconvenience because you paid it and you watched the videos and you got some information and it's just not for you, and that's fine, and you ask for a refund. It was a minor inconvenience of taking your credit card out. Or it could be the best investment of your life. So really no risk.
Okay, that's it for us. Back to you guys, Karen and Chris. And we're very grateful to be on this panel tonight with so many even friends that we've met in person, as well as Karen and Chris. Thanks, guys.
Well, that's awesome, guys. So great to see your faces again. Yeah, by the way, you know, Karen and Wade, they've been down in Indonesia for a while. When our daughter got married just recently, they let us use that motorhome for the day.
Yes,
so
that's right.
That.
And it's glorious. Yeah. Now we want one.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move up the highway from where we are in Western Canada to another cold, chilly location in Edmonton, and we have Tripti here. Tripti, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. I know it's a chilly evening here in Edmonton. We are minus 30, but I want to, give value to your time. So let me introduce myself. This is Tripti. I'm coming from Edmonton, Canada, and I'm a mom of 2 kids. I started this business back in 2019. And I believe my story is just like any immigrant mom, or I would say any parent today, who wants to have a flexible work schedule. So back then I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was looking for something where I could raise my children on my own. And I would just say that just meant that we were a single income family. Like my husband was the only person working, and I really wanted to help him. Financially, I found that, he was always at work, and that was affecting our relationship. So I'm sure lots of parents, would acknowledge that, we always, as women, struggle with having that work-life balance. And looking today, I see myself like, today I'm a coach. I'm connecting with people every day who are wanting to have that kind of flexibility in their life, who are struggling when it comes to their child is sick and, they don't want to go to work. But we know, even today, if both the parents are working full time, with the way the rising costs are, it's not enough. So this business is something which, will give you that kind of flexibility where you can have an additional source of income. You can have it with your full-time work. You can, run this through your phone. So, you can run it from anywhere. Personally, I feel that the biggest impact this business has given me is the self-confidence. It has given me that kind of self-growth and development, because when I started 4 years back, I never saw that I could be running a global business. I could be connecting with people all over the world, like 500, 600 people, and, sharing my journey. So it has given me the time freedom. Last September, I went with my whole family to India, and from the past 4 years, I've taken multiple trips visiting my family, and I feel that I don't have that kind of regret that, okay, I'm missing on a month of pay with my work, because I have my online business, which I can plug in and it's working on the background. So I just feel that, the backup plan, the flexibility this business offers is incredible. when I started, I found the training was incredibly easy. Even if English is your second language, it is not hard. It's video based, and I was able to quickly go through the training and set up my business within 2 weeks, which is I think very awesome, because you have a one-on-one mentor. So if you need any help, you have a mentor to support you. And I think the weekly webinars and the weekly masterminds means that you are not alone anytime. So you have a one-on-one mentor all the time, and the training is easy. So it's not hard. Like we, as the webinar, slides told you, we have people who are students, and we have people who are, who are not very tech savvy with technology. So we have all kinds of people who are using our system. So it's because it is easy. I just feel that, this business will give you that kind of image where you are able to know your own self-worth, because end of the day, you are able to, this is a scalable business, and the time and effort you're going to put into it is going to give you those rewards. So I know it's a new year, we've just entered into a new year. A lot of you guys have a lot of, you have made your new resolutions and are looking back what things did not work and what things are you planning. So on that note, I just want to add that, we all have lots of dreams and wishes, but I just feel that the things which work out are which we are going to put our work. Like the wishes are not going to work out, but it's the things which we are going to put our efforts and we're going to plan in making those happen. So, if you are somebody here, a parent who is here, who's watching, you are given this half an hour, 60 minutes of your time in watching the webinar, then give yourself this chance. Look into the system. We have an incredible community, and it's a hands-on training. So you will learn a lot, and you will get to, be able to write your own check. So which is incredible. And I just want to add a little bit in Hindi कि बोलते हैं कि गीता में कहा है कि पराधीन सुखने सपने सुखनाई। इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर हम अपनी लाइफ की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं लेते हैं तो हमें सपने देखने का भी हक नहीं है। And I will translate that in English. It just means that if you are not ready to take responsibility or ownership of your life, then you can't even dream. So this is written in the Gita. So I just wanted to share that message. If you are somebody who's self-driven, who's looking for a way, then definitely check out this platform, and you have everything, all the support tools to make it happen. So that's all from me. Thank you so much, Chris and Karen, for this wonderful opportunity.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you
so
so
great
much,
to meet you,
Tripti.
Yeah.
As a retired teacher, Tripti, someone asked us the other day, what is the best part of owning an online business?
Yeah.
What is your greatest joy? And my greatest joy is when I hear stories of moms being able to stay home with their kids. And this is the perfect business for young moms and, time spent with their kids. So I love that fact. Our next presenter is someone 1 year ago this time. We were
almost to the day, right?
Almost to the day. We were on a cruise ship in the Caribbean with this lady and her husband and 2 boys. And there was a few of us on this cruise, and Eden Olave from New Jersey was with us. So it's good to see you, Eden. It's a little different this year. Last year.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. I can remember that. It was Chris' birthday, January 26th. Advance happy birthday. That was so much fun.
Thank you.
Yes, guys, thank you so much. My name is Eden Olave. I'm originally from the Philippines. Now I'm here in New Jersey, USA, but I'm actually a Canadian citizen now. I'm married to a Canadian citizen, of course. He was born in Montreal, Canada, and I was living there for 10 years. But prior to that, I was working in Taiwan as a live-in caregiver. And I come to Canada as a live-in caregiver. That is where I met my husband. We are blessed with 2 boys. And my husband is an IT professional. So he got relocated here to New Jersey because, of course, his job, he's an employee. So his boss dictates his life, right? So when you're an employee, your boss tell you what to do. And we have no choice but to accept that, because of course we cannot afford to lose his job. He's making good money compared to me. I was, after marriage, I work as a retail associate. So I was living paycheck to paycheck, and we're getting so less hours because of course the business is not good. So minimum wage, but I'm always hard worker. I'm content. I'm very happy of my life. I'm not wanting for more. I've been seeing this online business on my timeline when I was in Canada, but I was so scared because I never do anything online. I thought it a scam. That was 2017 when I first saw it. I ignore it because I'm happy. I'm contented with my life. But when we moved here to New Jersey, I became a stay-at-home mom, and I'm not used to it. I'm not used to not having my own income. I'm very independent person. I worked since I was 15 years old when I was in the Philippines. I'm a self-supporting student. And I always have, I have to help my family back home. I have to support my family. And living in one income here in USA, my husband, even though he's an IT professional, the rent, everything is so expensive. So we cannot afford the childcare. I have to stay home for my kids, because if I go to work, the daycare is not even enough. My salary is not even enough to pay the daycare. So I opened my mind. I saw this business opportunity on my timeline every day. I was scared, but I said I have to take a chance. I have to see what it is. I have to learn what is this business about, because yes, I have to work from home. I have family in the Philippines to support, and I want to be independent. I want to have my own money. I want to help my husband. So that is how I began. That's how I started this business. That was 5 years ago. Is everything, the rest is history. This business changed my life. In just over a year of the business, I was able to buy a house here in New Jersey. Imagine we're renting a house that was so expensive, almost $3,000 a month. And we're paying mortgage in Canada because we still have a house in Canada. We want to keep it. We're Canadian citizens. We always go back there. But, it's just too much. And after over a year of the business, I was able to buy a house here. That was a dream come true for us, because we're not have to throw away money paying rent anymore. So we're so happy. And of course, we travel. I had 2 cruises last year, one with Chris and Karen. And then again in August, we go with my family. The pictures is there in the back. We go in Bermuda. And it's a life changer, guys. I have no business experience. I've been a nanny, live-in caregiver. That was my job before. I am not tech savvy. I have no special education. I just have this dream to change my life, to help my family, and I have to earn, because my husband's income is not enough. So I took action, and yeah, my dream come true. I met a lot of people. I met Karen and Wade also in Calgary. So yeah, it's amazing, guys. So take action. See for yourself, and you just never know. I was so scared to start, but that was the best decision I ever made. So thank you so much, Chris and Karen, and thank you for the opportunity to share my story.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks. And by the way, Eden, last year on my birthday, she bought me a little hat from Puerto Rico. I still have that. I'm still wearing that every time I'm out in the shop. So. So we're going to go back to Canada now for this next presenter. We're going up the road again to Edmonton, where it's storming up there pretty bad. And we're going to have Farhana come in and chat. Farhana, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Awesome. So as Chris said, I am in Edmonton, Alberta, where Tripti already told you it's really cold. But you know what? It's the reality of life, and we're learning to live with it, just like everything else. So again, my name is Farhana. I'm originally from Kenya in Africa. I'm a mom of 3 boys. And we migrated to Canada about 15 years ago. And we migrated for a better future for our kids, a better future for ourselves. But reality was very different. And as we had already believed in the unseen reality, we had to be here. Coming here, there was no jobs for us. Canada was in a bad recession in 2008, and my husband and I had to work long hours in retail. And unfortunately, at that time, my youngest child was just 1 year old. We would work 7 days a week, 13, 14 hours a day, barely being able to see this little baby grow up. And that broke our heart. But we had to do what we had to do to put food on the table, to make sure that rent was paid. It was a really hard time, but we all know God is great, and we all had faith. So I found a job in a bank. I am a banker by profession, and finance is my corner. So it was great to see that I could finally find a job in the bank. But as we all know, bankers' hours are not really bankers' hours. We work long hours, we work hard hours. And I used to work daytime shifts. My husband used to work nighttime shifts, and we barely saw each other. 2018, reality struck us, and my husband lost his job, which was very heartbreaking because we were finally coming to a good space where we could actually do things with our kids and be able to relax a little bit. And at that time, I was heartbroken, didn't know what to do, but we had to find a means and way to survive. So scrolling social media, we found an ad, just like the ones that you would have found, and that's why you're here today and taking a chance with this business. And my husband said to me, he said, let's try it. But the skeptical me said, no, I'm not quite sure. I don't believe in this. I don't know what this is going to be like. And he said, what's the worst? Let's try this. And if it doesn't work, you still have 30 days. You can always get your money back. And here I am today, no refund, standing in front of you, telling you what my reality is all about. But having said that, I must say that this was the best decision we ever took. We have had fantastic vacations with our families in the last 6 years that I've been in this business. I've been able to support my child who, Eden, you're going to have to tell me where you bought that hat from, who studies optometry in Puerto Rico. And thankfully, due to this business, we're able to support him. You know, his flights coming back and forth, his living expenses there. And we're so grateful to this business that we were able to do this. If you have the burning desire to do something, I believe nothing will stop you. Just take the faith, drop the fear, and take that chance. There is a reason that you are here today, and you have taken the first step to living that life of your dreams. And all I will say in closing is that if you want to live that life of your dreams, if you have the desire to live that life of your dreams, if you want to do something for yourself, if you want to make a better future for yourself and for your children, if you do have children, then take action. You will not regret it. Don't wait for tomorrow because tomorrow is not given. Take that action today. Thank you, Chris and Karen, for having me. I truly appreciate being here today, and I hope to see each one of you on the other side. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Wow.
Awesome,
Thank you
Prana.
so much. Yes. Puerto Rico. Your son's in Puerto Rico. Wow.
Amazing.
Well, that's amazing. We love Puerto Rico. Okay. So our next up, we're going to the U.S., just south of us. We're going down to Michigan, and we're going to hear from Maria.
Maria
So
in
Maria,
Michigan. Okay.
the floor is yours.
Maria, can you hear us? Oh, you just have to unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, Maria, there.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. Yeah, you can hear me now? Yeah, my name is Maria Ada Emerum. I originally from Nigeria. I based in US, Michigan, with my lovely husband and my wonderful children. I am an attorney by profession, and I joined this business because when I was pregnant, I was so sick, very sick. I had to quit my job. So because of that, my husband got 3 jobs, and he's a writer. He writes a ghostwriter. So he has been working 3 jobs for us to be comfortable, and it's not easy for him. You know, it was not easy for him. And after giving birth, I was like, what would I start doing so that I would be at home with my kids? I want something to be doing online. But the problem is that I don't know anything. I've never done any business. I'm not even a social media person. I don't have any experience. So one day, my husband was the person that saw the ad and told me to check it out to see whether I can do that. Being a determined person, I looked at it. So what actually attracted me was that they will give me a coach and a mentor so that after everything, I will see who I will ask any question if I am confused. So I joined, that's why I joined the business. I joined 1 year ago. And it took me within 2 weeks to set up my business. Then after that, the business, today I am proud owner of online digital business. And because of this business, my husband has dropped his 3 jobs to 1 job now, planning to join me. And this business has given me the opportunity to be in the life of my kids. And this new year, January, because of this business, I've helped my kid's brother to set up his dream business that he wants to do. I've been promising him that I will help him. And back home in Nigeria, the business will run into millions. So this business has gave me the opportunity to fulfill that promise this year. And my biggest achievement, last December, I made up to almost $15K from this business. My advice to all of you there that are watching us, if you are still skeptical, if you are still contemplating whether you will do this business or not, my dear, go for it. If $149 will change your future, why can't you go for it? $149, some of us spend that anyhow. Some of us spend that when we go to shop, spend that when we go to eat out. So why can't you use it to build a foundation for yourself and for your family? So take that action. You will never regret it. So if you are in this 2024 and you are still on the fence, I'm thinking, should I jump down and move backward, or should I jump in to move forward to join this business? My dear, take that action. You will never regret it. You don't need to have any experience. You don't need to have to be an expert in operating a computer. A mentor and a coach will be here to help you. So please permit me to speak in my own language, because I know some of them are here watching us. So business I have a take that leap of faith. For $149, I need spend the go shoe, a linen, a shop, we may any with this $149. But even at $149, say I get Maggie, if build a good foundation for yourself and for your kids, go for it. A man regret. Yeah. So I am happy to be here, and just take that action. After watching this webinar, take that action. I took the action after watching this webinar, and everything changed. I call this business a life changer, because he has changed me. He has given me the opportunity to help out my husband. It has given me the opportunity to help my family back home in Nigeria. No more avoiding Nigerian calls. So I hope all of us here watching us now will join this amazing business. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Maria.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool how a couple of our presenters have used their own language, right? That's how global this is, folks. Like, this is around the planet now, and how thrilling. And speaking of bouncing around, we're going to Jamaica next. And
I wish we were there.
Yeah. Deborah from Jamaica. Deborah, the floor is yours.
Thank you, guys. Hi, everyone. I am just so excited to finally be here. Not so long ago, I was on the other side of that screen and I was so eager to learn more about this business. And now I'm one of the panelists and I really can't believe that I'm actually here. As Chris said, my name is Deborah. I'm originally from the UK, but I live in Jamaica most of the time. And anyone that knows me knows that I love to travel, so I'm always on the go. Last year, I actually went to 6 different countries last year and it was awesome. I don't actually have a normal 9-to-5 job, so I work on my online business full time. But previously, I worked as a finance officer and I ran my own Reiki healing practice also. The reason why I decided to work online, I wanted the flexibility of having that time freedom to do the things that really matter to me and also to be in control of my life. Now, I already left my full-time job when I found this business, and I just wanted to quickly share with you what happened to me and why I actually left my job. Excuse me. A few years back, I'd been working long hours. I literally burnt myself out to the point where I fainted while I was actually doing a healing treatment on my friend. And my friend and my son, they tried to wake me up, but they couldn't. But by the time the paramedics arrived, I was already awake, but I couldn't stand up. It was awful. And to cut a very long story short, I spent the next 7 months at home trying to recover from the constant dizzy spells that I kept getting. They were so intense, I had to actually crawl on my hands and knees to go to the bathroom each time I wanted to go there. And during this time at home, I had so much time to think about my life and what I wanted to achieve from it. I wanted to travel, I wanted to write, I wanted to live a life of freedom. And I didn't want to go back to a 9-to-5 job. And I wanted a job that I could fulfill my soul. So I wanted to take back control of my life and I just wanted to find me again. Now, 7 months later, I finally went back into my job. And as soon as I stepped into the office, I started crying uncontrollably. My colleagues thought I had lost my mind, honestly. The reason why I was crying is because I knew that this was it. I knew that if I didn't make that decision right there and then, I would end up working in the same job until I retired, and that frightened the hell out of me, guys. At that time, my boss walked into the office and was wondering why I was crying. She walked me into her office and trying to fight back my tears. I explained to her that I just couldn't work there anymore. And bearing in mind, guys, I had been working in that job for 16 whole years. So it wasn't an easy decision to make for me. And I had to leave for my own sake. I explained to her that I wanted to travel, explore the world and just do me. And she was so understanding. I walked out of that office feeling on top of the world, guys. Immediately, I sat at my desk, I wrote my resignation letter, and 2 months later, I left my job of 16 years. I sold all my furniture, gave away most of my clothes, rented my house out, packed my car up with the rest of my belongings, and started a new chapter in my life. Now, it's all well and good to live a life of freedom, but it costs, guys. I needed an income and I was not prepared to go back to the 9-to-5. So this is why I started to work online. I found this business about 19 months ago and it has been such a game changer for me. It's not what I expected, but it far reached my expectations. I wake up in the morning and one of the first things that I do after my meditation is think about my business. And that's exactly how it's affected my life. This community that we are all a part of is huge and we all look out for one another. And that is really, really important to me. And the training platform is another big part for me too. Without this and the guidance, I wouldn't be able to do this business for sure. And the great thing, guys, this platform is being constantly updated. It took me a couple of weeks to go through the training, but the good thing is you can start your business immediately while going through the training. So it's a win-win situation. My business was literally up and running within 1 week. And it's great because you're in control of how much you spend your time on your business. And I vary my time depending on what I'm doing for that day. So I would say on average, I work about 3 hours per day. And guys, if you're watching and thinking that you can't do this, I promise you, you can. My confidence has grown so much over the past 19 months. I never had thought I'd be here as a panelist, but I'm here and I'm doing it. And if you want to grow personally and build an online business, then you are in the right place, guys. Honestly, it's like having an online business and a personal development course all rolled into one. And for those of you that are still sitting on the fence, it's time to step off because you are missing out on an opportunity that could potentially change your life like it did for so many of us right here. And so guys, have faith, believe in yourself, change your mindset, because that's really important. Step out of your comfort zone. And if we can do it, and we are just ordinary people from all walks of life, then you can do it too. That's it. Thanks, guys.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
Deborah.
What a story.
Thank you for your story. My goodness.
Very vulnerable. And thanks for sharing that. That was really, really well done.
So good. And you know what? If you don't have your health,
What do you have?
You've got
right?
nothing. You've got absolutely nothing.
Take that all for granted
So
much.
good for you for taking control and making that difference.
Where are we going for our last presenter?
Okay, last but not least, we're coming back to Canada. In fact, we're coming back to Calgary, which is our neighbor just up the road here. We're going to hear from Shelley. So welcome, Shelley. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Chris and Karen. We've gone full circle here. It's actually pretty cool. Thanks, everybody, for sticking around. So again, my name is Shelley, and I am from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where we're sitting at about minus 47. Hopefully you don't hear a bunch of dogs barking. It's kind of cold, and I can't let them outside. Currently, I have been for many, many years, over 30 years, I'm a supply chain professional. I've worked in everything from automation, oil and gas, and I'm actually very good at what I do, and I like what I do. But as a single mom, I spent so much of my time always working, trying to make ends meet. When you are a single mom, not by choice, it was more by accident, how do you kind of always, I guess I always tried to overcompensate. You got to be mom, you got to be dad. You don't want to say no for anything. So I worked a lot of hours. And then, of course, you spread yourself too thin. And I would always say, when the kids are done school, I'm going to do this. When the kids are done university and I've paid that off, then I'm going to do this. When the mortgage is paid off, I'm going to do this. When the car's paid off, I'm going to do this. And it just seems like I kept doing that and doing that. And now I have no kids at home. And I'm sitting here going, okay, well, when I retire, in all this that happened, I never had a chance to put anything away to retire. And all of a sudden I kind of was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. Like, you almost start to panic. So, I started looking for something like, what can I do? I like what I do. So I kind of wanted to keep my job, at least for now. But what could I make on the side? Like, what could I do? Like, I don't want to be out of the house. I am a open sky, run through the grass barefoot on a trail with my dogs at any given time, except for today because it's so cold. But I love my weekends because I am free. I love freedom. So there's no way I wanted to be tied down and going into an office or somewhere on the weekends. So it was actually on my lunch hour and I was going through and I came across an ad with these kind of two people and they were kind of talking and their dog was drinking water in a bowl in the background. And I was like, I can kind of relate to these people. Like, look at them. They're kind of like digital nomads and they go places. And I was like, I'm in, and I clicked the button. And I tell you, I haven't looked back. Now I still work, I still have a full-time job. I put in probably, I don't know, there are times where I've got a lot going on, so I might put 2 to 3 hours in, but on the average, I'm putting 2 hours a night in, you know, kind of at night once the sun goes down. And then on the weekends, I'll put in more hours to kind of make up for it. So I find that that works perfectly fine for me, except for now I've gotten the bug, if that makes any sense. I've gotten the retirement bug. I can retire early, and that's exactly what I'm working for now. Like, I am going to just, that's it. I was like, oh, I'll work till I'm 65 or 70, and nope, I'm not doing that anymore. As much as I love my job, I love the freedom and the fact that I can just take my laptop and go. I love just getting together with so many people in the community, and our community is absolutely amazing. And I think the best part about this is that you are never alone. So even if you're, you know, like if you think you're stuck or you're not sure what your next step should be, there's there's over 100,000 people you can reach out to. Like, it's absolutely amazing. Like, you're never alone. And the video training, I was really concerned that I wouldn't be able to get through it, but I was actually had my business up and running in less than 2 weeks. It's step by step, it's video. So I found that really, really easy for me. And I just thought it was amazing. And I think one of the biggest impacts on my life from this business is I think I've really turned from an introvert to an extrovert, if that makes any sense. I love doing presentations, and I found out I'm actually really good at them, and I never had that opportunity before. So a lot of the things I've learned through this business, I've actually been able to carry those things that I've learned into my everyday life. So not only is my professional life way better, my personal life is way better, and I'm going to be retiring early. And yeah, so I will be out near Chris and Karen with my acreage and my dog rescue, and that's where I'm going to be. So maybe I'll find a property near you and I'll be your neighbors. I can come over and visit. We can park a trailer there. Okay. So back to you, Chris and Karen. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and definitely give it a shot. Bring that skepticism with you. I love working with people who are skeptics.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Thanks very much, Shelley. We've always said that, skepticism is a sign of intelligence. Mm-hmm. And you could take that further, right? To brush something off and be skeptical about it without diving in, is not as deeply intelligent as it probably you'd like to be. And so what we encourage people to do is to take action. And by the way, congrats on the updated numbers on that. Wow, a ton of you have taken action tonight. Unbelievable. But take that action and peel the onion. Have a look. Check out our community. You'll get to interact with people like Karen and I and these people on the panel. Mm-hmm. It's been quite an opportunity. I mean, goodness, we're coming up to 7 complete years in this and starting our 8th year, and I don't see any end in sight. It's lots of fun.
Yeah.
Okay?
So what you've heard from the panelists tonight, you've heard people spending an hour, 2 hours every night, and even more on the weekend. That's the beauty of this business, is that you make it your own.
Yeah.
When we started, I was teaching, Chris was on the fire service. So we did, a half an hour, 20 minutes, maybe here and there.
Yeah.
And we didn't get through the training as quickly.
It was 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Or almost 3 weeks. Yeah.
Exactly. So you make it your own. If it takes you a week, if it takes you 3 months, it's your business. That's the beautiful part. You make it your own. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
But I want to do this. Do you have people here live? Okay, there's like 450 people.
I forgot to share, Karen and Chris. When I come back from our cruise, I had 35,000 waiting for me. And that was, we're there for like 8 days.
I know.
And oh my God, that was a huge blessing. I forgot to say that. It's just amazing. We can bring the business anywhere we go and come back home with the money waiting for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you have a business that runs 24/7, it's extremely powerful. Mm-hmm. Look, we would love to see you on the inside.
Yeah.
If you've even got a glimmer of a thought that you might want to take the next step, we implore you to do that. But before we go, because we're all here live, I want to do a screenshot here when they're all live, okay?
Yeah.
Probably not supposed to do that, but let me just see if I can get everybody on the screen. Oh, look at this.
there we
Okay,
go.
ready? I love to do this. And all you people that are here live, I'm going to get this picture for you. Okay, so this will be on our pages. Okay, look at the camera, you guys. There we go. Okay.
Just
live
one
shot.
final note.
Yep.
If you can't stop thinking about this, if it's keeping you up at night, let that be your sign that it's worth checking out. Okay.
Boom.
Bye
Cheers.
for now.
Thanks very much. See you guys.